I just had the weirdest stream experience ever on Twitch. I'm kind of flabbergasted coming into this. I just took a little break, got some food, and decided to watch a streamer while I was doing this. I'm not going to mention who they are because it's not necessarily relevant. This is more about me than it is about them. But, do you ever watch a streamer who doesn't have many viewers and you wonder why this person doesn't get more viewers? And then you proceed to spend some time in their stream and interact with them, and then you immediately know why. That's kind of what just went down, and I just, wow. There's that movie, isn't there, you know, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days or something? That was like, how to lose a viewer and fan in the space of 40 seconds. It was a bloodbath. It was like Sean Connery in Untouchables. And it doesn't make any sense, because it was so unnecessary. Like, have you ever seen those people who, whenever they're asked a question or whenever a statement's put out there, they'll immediately shoot it down and then go into excessive, almost autistic detail as to why it's wrong and why what they think is right and better. And there's, like, no wiggle room at all. And then even if they're wrong, when it comes to a point or an observation, they can't seem to accept it or grasp the notion of just being like, yeah, that's okay. And they have to go into just complete minute detail to explain themselves and why their theory is the correct one as opposed to something that someone else said. It was brutal, guys. Absolutely brutal. And I don't really think of myself as too stubborn when I'm a viewer. But it always makes me wonder, like, is that what I'm like? Because I get into disagreements with people and I have a bit of back and forth and they think one way, I think another way, and sometimes I can concede, other times I can be more stubborn, but it's just like, is that how I come across? I hope it's not. It was just sad. Really, really sad. Like, I've never seen anybody so needlessly defensive, so needlessly just straight in there for the jugular, you're wrong and I'm right, and here's my Windows Expel spreadsheet as to why. And that's not mentioning the things that were being discussed were both objective at times and other times subjective. Like, things that can't be refuted because they're facts. Like, and I wasn't talking to somebody religious, it wasn't one of those debates. It was just simple things, and they just, wow. I'll probably never watch that stream ever again. And it makes me sad to say that, but it's true. Like, what a horrible impression that's been left in my mouth. All over something that I assume is somebody's ego compensating for insecurities. Like, wow. Just wow, guys. Don't be that guy. Nobody likes them. I quite like this level. It's got a nice aesthetic. It's not the most beautiful locale. I wonder if you can do some... Oh, wow. They all know we're here. No stealth to be had on that sequence. But I'm not really somebody who uses the word autistic or Asperger's or stuff like that. I use retard, which a lot of people don't like, but that's kind of because it's that slurriness of it. You know, it was used in South Park a lot as a joke, and that's probably where I picked it up. But when the internet has these words, doesn't it, these days? These buzzwords, cancer, AIDS, you know, autism, all that kind of stuff, and they've kind of twisted the meanings of these words, because these words do have meanings, of course. Some of them can be creatively used, some of them not so much. Some of them I agree with, some of them I disagree with, but autistic especially, autism, if you don't know, has many, many spectrums. It's ridiculously wide and varied, and not everybody has the same thing. But one of them that I've done some research into, because I like to read about stuff occasionally. Snipers in the window, boys. One of them that is one of the largest traits found in those ailments, or those, I don't know what you would technically call it, I'm just kind of shooting the shit here, is there is an overruling current of antisocial behaviour, and a lot of this manifests in Asperger's as well when it comes to social interactions, and a lot of the stuff that you do subconsciously, interacting with other people, can be quite difficult to do when you have these issues. And of course they can be worked on, but a lot of the times, if you don't know you're doing it, it's very hard to improve something like that, isn't it? And that's one of the key components of this. the notion of not knowing what your behaviour is indeed like. It's like when you're dyslexic. When you look at something, it doesn't look the same to you as it does to some other people. You know, it shifts the words, it can be confusing, it can be very difficult, very challenging. And I can't imagine having that, even though I probably have a form of it, because everybody does, I believe. We were all fucked up in our own magical ways. But like, it must be so strange to not see yourself doing that. Everyone's had that moment where you're talking about something with your friends, and your friends aren't really showing any kind of response, nothing funny's happening. You feel like whatever it was that you were building towards isn't worth the build-up anymore, and there's a conscious moment of, do you continue, even though nobody seems to give a shit and it's kind of dead in the water, or do you stop? And it's one of those, you know, you'll have this numerous times in your life. There are moments where you'll have these interactions, but it must be so frustrating being the person who doesn't realise that you should stop. You know, it's time to stop, as that guy does with that massive clock. And I think that's what happened between me and that streamer. I think it was the necessity to be right regardless of what was being said, and to feel somehow superior is... wow. I've learnt something today, in as much as I think it was kind of shitty. And hopefully it's going to benefit me moving forward, so maybe I should be thanking this person. But you know, when you get to the point where you're just like, well, it's obviously you don't give a shit what I have to say. You're already busy planning your response and rebuting everything I've said. So fuck you. That was the sentiments that I got from our little interaction. Just... wow. Ooh, that's what we need to test as well. We need to test our... bloody hell, that's pretty strong, dude. That melee attack's legit. Throwing the sword's legit as well. This is bad. This is really bad. Where is my sword? Hi. Where'd he go? It's a pretty good spot, this. I like it when you kind of stumble onto spots by accident. Might not be the most enjoyable thing to watch, but the good thing is about this series is I get to edit out a lot of stuff, a lot of fluff. It's funny though, isn't it, how such a small interaction with somebody intrinsically you don't know and you don't have to give them any value can really rub you the wrong way. And I'd like to point out that I don't even mind that this person completely just ignored what I said and said their own thing to refute me. And I don't care that I wasn't right in that situation, even though, if I were to break it down with you right now, guys, I think you would agree that I was right. It was just the way that person treated, when you bear in mind, there was 5 people watching, and one of them was probably him in the chat. Like his own fucking screen up at home. Like, you would think that guy would be, I don't know, jumping at the opportunity to not ostracize a potential audience, and no, it just wasn't that way. Does that count as an ambush when it's that obvious? Wow! They got good aim. Wow, that epilepsy. That Conan rave, too strong. Ninjas! I can't get away from the ninja! He's gonna get me. Heal, dude. Fucking...
They got some serious defense going on.
Wow. Interesting. That killed him? GG, brah. Take that! It's a one-hit kill! Why would you not do that shit? It auto-aims as well. It's not even like I have to do much. And I take his sword, so I can then throw his sword at whoever comes next. It's the ultimate video game, guys. I've created a monster. It missed! Hi, guys. Can I not go back through that doorway? I guess I can. Great. Can I do this? No, it did not automatically aim. That is bad. How am I alive? Am I stuck on here? I can't get through the door. Here we go. Fellas. That kill feed. 3-man spray. I guess to put like a bow in the whole
Still kicking.
negative interaction with a performer, if you could call streamers performers, and I think streaming is a performance. I'm really happy for the people who watch me, be it on YouTube, be it on Twitch, and if I've ever come across dickish to you, I'm sorry about that. It happens, I guess, you know. We're not perfect. I'm the least perfect out of all of us. But just so you know, at the time, I didn't feel like I was being a dick if I was. So sorry about that. And if you were being a dick, then I forgive you too. Because there's too much shit all the time to be worrying about stupid stuff like that. You just gotta have a good time, man. Maybe you enjoy yourself by being a dick, then, you know, more power to you. This guy's just gonna keep coming, isn't he? Yeah, I think this might be a good opportunity to test the... Wow, look at that. That was a good grenade, like. I'm not gonna knock the grenade, I just think that... Why does he go out of cover like that? It's very dangerous for a trained soldier to so willfully put his body where all the bullets are, do you not think? I think that's kind of silly. I'm not even a soldier, I'm just a dude in my room playing video games, you know? Oh shit, ninjas, when suddenly... This ain't Season 2 of Daredevil, son, get out my face. Hey, this P90's legit, I like it. I keep saying legit a lot, don't I? I wonder where I've got that from. Anybody see where that sword went? Did I really just lose my sword?